Okay, I drove down the road a little bit and it looks like it definitely spiked all the way up into 47. Look at the LTE 700 and it seems to be working great. I've never had full 5G in this area right here. I am seriously less than 5 minutes down the road and look at all of the signals now. This thing works even better while you're moving down the road. Trust me, everybody, you want one of these in your vehicle. So in this video, I'm going to go over the HiBoost cell phone booster. What this is a travel version of a cell phone booster. I have one currently in this shed right here, and I really liked how that works. So I went ahead and picked one up for my van. I do a lot of traveling, and when my signal seems to drop in and out in certain areas, well, I wanted to try out one of this cell phone boosters and see how these things work. I'm going to do a quick little install on this thing. Then I'm going to drive somewhere where I always have problems with the signal. Then I'll turn it off, see what kind of signal I get on my phone, then turn it back on and see what it actually does. Let's just go over the box right here. So this is the upgraded version. This is the Travel 3.0 car version, I guess. 50 decibel max gain, remote monitoring, online support, works with all US carriers. And looking over the side, the kit includes the booster, outside magnet antenna, inside panel antenna, DC supply, and other accessories. And that's everything you get. Oh, we can go over how this thing works. So check out how this thing works. So you can put the booster in there. All you got to do is plug it in, basically any type of barrel port, like a cigarette plug or something like that. That's enough power to power it. Then you've got an inside antenna, and then it runs, and you're going to run a wire to the outside antenna. And then it should be all good to go. And I love how nice and compact it is on this right here. Let's just open it up. Let's see everything we get in this box right here. So you get a little user manual right there that's going to go over how to use it and all the instructions. So you get the little kind of heat sink right here, which is all of this. This is the actual booster. Not much to it. It's just got a DC input, indoor and outdoor, and a USB input right there. Here's the magnetic antenna that's going to go on the roof right there. Pretty simple, everybody. Check it out. You got the barrel plug and then the indoor antenna and then some extra kind of fittings and all that. Wow, that's the easiest install probably ever right there. Let me go ahead and put this thing in my Toyota van. I've got a port in the back where I can install this. Then we'll set it all up. Then we'll do a test on it and see how it works. So let's do that now. Okay, I just went ahead and installed it here. And let me show you what I did, how I did a quick install. Now I'm going to do it all a little better later, but just for the purpose of this video, I just kind of like tossed it in here. So everything came out of the box here, so I'll just put the box right there. Here's the unit right here, and I have an outlet right here, or basically a barrel plug right here. I ran the out antenna, runs up through here, and I got it ran up to right here. You guys see where the antenna, now that is it's magnetic, and you see it says HiBoost on it. That is very strong magnet, but you can put an additional kind of like sticker on it. So if you're a little worried about the magnet, you can always put a sticker on there as an additional. Now the second antenna runs out of here. Oh, there's where it plugs in. So that's where the power will plug in. The second antenna runs out right here, and I got it set up right over there. Now to turn this on, you're gonna hit the button. Oh, I need to turn my key on. Let me turn my key on to my van real quick, because that outlet does not work, which I kind of like that. So there's the key is on. Check out where I put the second antenna, right here. Now you're gonna stick this to the window. I'll probably stick it to this window or stick it to the window over there. I don't know yet. First off, I'm gonna take it and test it and see how it works, but you do wanna kind of get it away from the other antenna, the receiver, and kind of spread them apart a little bit, but it kind of looks kind of neat. Once I get it all behind this, you won't even really see it that much right there. It hides behind that seat belt, and this seat belt's not used because I opened this whole area up. Oh, once you turn it on, there is an output right here, so you can still utilize this socket. You see these lights right here? I have signal. 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 lights. That lets me know I do have signal, and everything is covered right here. One thing I recommend is going ahead and downloading this app, and it's called Signal Super. Now you can see the products. You will have to create an account and install it. I have 2 of them. There's the one in my shed right there, and this one's just called, I named it Van, but when you click on it, you can see all of the settings right here. The LTE 700 we're at 47 decibels, 42 on the cell. Now this works on a wide variety. I am on Verizon, which already gets really good signal, but I'm gonna have to drive somewhere because I actually have really good signal here at my house. So it won't be a true kind of test for this thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive somewhere where my signal drops out, then I'll turn this off and then turn it on and let you guys see how much it boosts my signal up. You can see the different parameters right here, and there's a Bluetooth is on right there. But I'm not going to show any of my personal information, but there's everything on this app. Recommend getting the app because that's going to give you a good idea of this thing. And then inside the manual, you'll see how it shows to install it. I got the antenna in the back, exactly where they want it, right here on the side. Now, I might run this over to the passenger side, similar to the way that looks. You can see how that says perfect. You don't want them real close to each other. You can kind of mess up the signal. There's some more kind of going over Android and iPhone if you want to do it. So you want to keep a hold of this manual because everything you need is in this manual. That's how my other one was. It's kind of set up, but once it's set up, it's pretty simple to go. So let's go ahead, let's drive somewhere where I don't have good signal, because you can see right here, I have full on 5G signal right here. Now it is already hooked up. What happens if I just turn it off right here in my driveway? So now it's off. Let's see what my signal does. I'm still at 5. Look, it just dropped down 3. It dropped down 3 digits, just me here in my driveway. Let's go somewhere where I've got almost no signal. Then that's where I want to test it, because I've always been curious if I could have signal while I'm driving around the mountains or something like that. So let's do that now. Okay, everybody, I just drove as far up into the mountain. I'm about 30 minutes up into the mountains right here. I'm not got it on right now. You can see it's off. So what I'm gonna do, let me show you my phone right now. Actually, let's turn my headlights off. This is how much signal I have. I have one little 5G bar, and here's the antenna. I'm in the back of the van right now. I'm gonna walk back here and I'm gonna turn it on right now. So it's off. I'm turning it on. And now let's see if the signal, now what I noticed, oh, almost instantly, look at that. Well, I've already got 2 bars. Now what I noticed a while ago, I did a test before I started filming, and it actually did jump up. It went all the way to full bars, and then it dropped back down. So I think what this thing does, it tries to find a signal first. You can see the lights on in the back right there. And here's the antennae. I'm sitting in the back of the van. It's already went up 2 bars. So let's go over here. Let's check our app and let's see what the app says. The app now says it's at 30 decibels there on LTE, 38 on Cell 800, 50 on PC 1900, and this, whatever that is, 43 on that one. You know, if that gave me some extra power, let's go ahead and let's run a speed test. Speed test. I'm actually at 3 right now. I'm doing a speed test on it, and then I'll turn it off and I'll do it again. I'm going to stay in this same spot right here. Speed test. Whoa, I'm at 90, I'm at 100, and like I said, I'm on Verizon, so I'm going to turn this off and I'll do another speed test with it off, because I really want to verify whether this thing works. 87.6 on that. Don't worry about uploads. Honestly, I don't really care about the uploads. So there you go. It is running. So what I'm going to do now, let's go ahead and stop this. So I'm at 87 and 12. Let's go ahead, let's turn this back off. You can see I'm officially off. Now let's see. Well, look at that. As soon as I turned it off, I went down to 1, and then it spiked back up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it actually, I'm off of 5G. Crazy. I just went over to LTE. I have no more 5G, so I'm on LTE network, which is kind of wild. I'm going to give it a minute, because actually I noticed that there was like a 5-minute delay. So let me stop it, give it a minute, then I'll come back and we'll see what it does. It's been about 3 minutes. Now I'm on LTE 2 bars now. Now remember, I was at 87 something, so I'm going to run it again and we'll see what we're at. It is noticeably slower. It went between 30 and 70. It's slower. 78. It is working, but it is on LTE network and not, it went down. Not crazy went down, but you know what? When you're out like this, being on 5G, let me see what happens when so don't worry about the upload. We'll let it finish the upload anyway. But when you're on 5G, then you're on LTE. That's kind of a major deal when it comes to data. Let's turn it back on. and see in real time if it starts going up in real time. Whoa, now on LTE, I'm at full bars. Full bars on LTE. It is back on, by the way. Like I said, I'm up in the area now. One thing I noticed, if I had 0 signal, I couldn't even get 1 bar. You almost have to have at least a little bit of a signal to get something out of this. So I think this thing actually works. If it does an 87.9, it went up, by the way. So if it gives me enough signal, I'm okay with that. That's okay with me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do a complete install, everybody, with this, because I think this little HiBoost in-car thing works. I don't see any issues with this thing at all. It's easy to set up, easy to run, and you know what? If it just gives you 1 or 2 bars of more signal while you're out in the wild like this, especially like those much as I travel and I go up here in the mountains and all that, if it gives you a little more signal, you don't have to get out of your car and walk around looking like you're, can you hear me now, crap in the mountains. I think it does its job. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got on the HiBoost, you know, signal booster. See you on the next video.